focus, and let me tell you guys, this is the first time in many months that I'm actually physically meeting my guest. So the man of the hour is, if you guys are listening from Spotify or Apple Music, or if you guys are watching from YouTube, of course you guys know him. He's the guy that always shirtless in Instagram. He's making it big in TikTok, and he's also a very good actor in many commercials. If you see him in McDonald's, I think he did it in McDonald's or KFC.
I did not do McDonald's. I did KFC at the.
Okay, if you see KFC, he's the person that actually make you very hungry when you're watching movies. So this is the guy to blame. This is the guy of the man of the hour, which is Ernest. Hello, how's it going, guys?
Woo! What an intro, Vince.
So Ernest, how you been?
Fist bump. I think that is still pretty safe.
I mean, I can put like a distance, crop it up in the video, so it looks like we are social distancing.
I'm safe, man. You don't trust me?
Okay, so Ernest, those of you who are watching, hopefully they don't know who you are because I don't know, maybe though we're not that famous enough, I guess.
Not yet,
but he's making guys. He's almost there. He's been acting in Mercedes-Benz. There's one car commercial actor, right? Is it Mercedes-Benz or?
That was BMW commercial.
Oh, BMW, yeah. That was a BMW. I saw it, I was like, not bad. This guy is going big.
It's not out yet. What you saw was behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, this guy's going big. So, Ernest, for the viewers out there who are listening and also watching the YouTube videos, just introduce yourself a little bit.
Hello, guys. My name is Ernest. I used to be an interior designer. I'm an actor now, and I do a lot of commercials, and I make videos and work with brands, and these videos live online. That's my cool little intro.
So if they want to find you online, where do we find you?
Ernestlow _ on Instagram and Ernest on TikTok.
What is that?
It's like
O-H.
Ernest.
Okay, cool.
Trying to look for something unique and I stuck with that.
Alright, cool. So we haven't met for like how many months? Years?
I think it's been 25 years since we last met, Vince.
Oh shit!
It's been a really long time.
Yeah. So the last time we met, I was actually skinnier.
Yeah, man. 25 years ago, you were.
I was this tiny man. Now I'm chubbier a bit. I was not wearing glasses. Yeah, I've grown.
You've definitely grown, man. Like I see you through all your phases.
Yeah, man. Like the fat, skinny fat. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how about you, man? Like what's happening right now? Like what's going on?
Right now is the part of the MCO where I found a pretty solid routine to make videos on TikTok almost on a daily basis, and that has been an awesome creative brain space to have, and it's really fun to create, plan, shoot, and repeat. So that's where I'm at.
So like how many videos have you created in TikTok? Did you start it on the start of MCO or before MCO?
So I'm gonna give you the journey of how many videos I've created in comparison to how long the MCO has been. The first week of the MCO being announced, productivity was good. When the world shuts down and you think that you are going to be productive with your time. So the first week it was pretty good. It's like pretty positive. And I think like second, third, fourth week onwards, your productivity gradually plummets, and you get into this TV show binge, your sleeping hours a little messed up. Can I curse here?
Yeah, sure. It's an explicit podcast.
Cool. Oh, it's that kind of podcast. Yeah. Okay, so I think it wasn't up until like the last 30% of the MCO, the last couple of weeks of the MCO, that I've gotten better at routine and your rhythm on a daily basis. So that's when you started like create more, you reflect, self-journal, and get all like the stuff done and create videos, and more particularly on TikTok. Cool. So the productivity picked up again after a few weeks. So I'm glad that I'm making like TikToks. I have 3 more that I have not captioned and I need to post, and a couple of stuff I need to film, and a few other friends I need to like see to like continue some video projects with. That's fine.
So there's more coming lah.
Absolutely, dude. I can show you some preview.
So I was like, I was saying that you say that you currently have like 7,000 followers in TikTok, right?
I have 8.3, I think.
8.3. That was, oh my god. I actually before I came here, I actually did some research on like your social media and how you're actually doing, so that we can actually talk about during the podcast.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I would like to say that a full disclaimer. I think 8.2. It's not like it's not like a radically big crazy number.
Okay.
Right. It's eight.
I mean, it's 8,000 in TikTok.
Which is
man.
great because 2 weeks ago it's 4.
Oh.
Because 2 weeks ago it's 4. It's just right now a very crazy time on TikTok where it's at that graph where organic reach is brain blowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of consumers there.
there are more consumers than there are creators, and therefore there's just something about TikTok's community and algorithm that is inherently different than Instagram that is very fascinating right now. Because if you could go back 7 years ago to go hard on Instagram, you would, man.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Because Instagram's got all that organic reach and like it's a relatively new platform, and right now that's happening to TikTok.
Damn.
Like growing on TikTok is insane. Like 2 days ago I made a video and it's got like 32,000 views.
Wow.
Like what the hell? There's no way that a creator at my number would be able to reach that amount of views. And I guess I'm not the only one that's doing it. There are a bunch of people in Malaysia and around the world that's creating TikToks. So I think 2 weeks in the game, I'm feeling pretty good and pumped about it. I can't wait to create more with like better quality and production value.
Nice.
And relatability, which is the ultimate key.
So I mean, like, I remember a few weeks ago, right, before we even came to the podcast, you actually told me that you had 7,000 followers, and I was like super pumped. Wow, this guy actually made 7,000. I was like wondering, like, okay, I want to do this as well. I want to go hard on this, but then I was suffering from this. What content should I put in TikTok? Like, how do you come up with all the content that actually? I mean, I know sometimes you actually follow the trend, like the wipe it down challenge. I just recently saw it. So how do you actually come up with all the content?
Here's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Coming up with content is it's challenging for a lot of people.
Yep.
But compared to Instagram, I want to be an actor. So some actors have the capability to write. If you're an actor and you can write, holy shit, doors will open up for you if you know what to do with that skill set. So I've always wanted to do skits, but I couldn't write for my life to even do a 1 minute skit. Right now, I need to work on my writing skills. But what TikTok is great about in content creation is that it's like when there's a trend and everybody does it, but when you do it, it doesn't feel like you're just copying somebody else. Because the platform it's geared towards wants everybody to hop on a trend. Because if you're gonna create a video, although you copied the trend, it will seem like it will be like you take that trend and you make this video your own version. Somebody else takes this trend and make that same video like his or her own version, which is the really cool part about it. So you don't have to think about creating the content per se. You can take existing content, a video or a dance or a skit, and redo it your own version, and share it with the community around the world. Because when somebody already understands what is the wipe down challenge, maybe this time you wanna transform into Spider-Man. Maybe this time you wanna wipe it down and you get teleported somewhere else. Maybe when you wipe it down and like something else happens. So everybody can like do their own thing, which is like super cool.
Nice.
And to your point, what content should I make? Holy shit, man. Hot moms are getting all the thirst traps on TikTok. Police officers, like when they do some TikTok shit, even if it's a half-ass video, like they would get like so much
Traction.
traction and thirst traps in the comments.
I see, keep seeing
And like
thirst.
lawyers and engineers, and if you're a doctor and a nurse right now, especially on TikTok, you will be like put on a pedestal, like thank you for your service. Scrolling through the comments, damn,
I
so
see
cool.
some nurses like dancing around, but also giving information about like personal hygienes and so on.
I mean, like
wow.
it's either you're very entertaining or you give educational content. These two pillars usually do very well on TikTok. Like after being on it for like a month, I can see that it's so inherently different from Instagram.
Wow.
And that's really fascinating. Algorithm-wise, community-wise, how trends are being shared and all that. Like I could get into details perhaps like after the podcast, but it's super fascinating at this level of growth on the platform, and I'm still so new, bro.
Wow. You know, thanks for sharing that thing. For like, I bet the listeners are listening pretty sure they got some aha moment, because I got some aha moment, because when you say content, take the trend but make it as your own version of it. And I understand that because recently, like yesterday night before even coming to here, I was watching this wipe down challenge.
Yeah.
And this lady actually did wipe down, but it's nothing. She didn't change to any clothes or different clothes.
Yeah.
So her caption was, "See it again, but to the left side of the corner." So what she did was she actually wiped it down, but there's actually, when she wiped it, there was a ghost behind her. That was like,
that's
that was
like,
like, whoa, I didn't see that. I have to see it again. I read the caption. So it's like, yes, it's a wipe down challenge, but they actually made it into their own personal version of it. So
Yeah.
that's a aha moment for me. That's a good takeaway for me as well.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So I mean, let's get to the topic that I really want to talk to you about.
Talk to me.
I've been seeing this happening a lot of time, and I just want to get your perspective from this. So you know that right now MCO and all the CMCO, and right now CMCO, there's a SOP that filming can be done, but with a certain number of people.
Yeah.
So that's what being affecting in myself as well. And of course, you are more professional in the industry. You've worked with bigger productions.
So have you, man?
Yeah, I mean, like, compared to me, you work in a bigger production with like more than 30, 50 plus people. So how do you think, like, as an actor point of view, right? If let's say this whole CMCO ended, all the lockdown ended, they found vaccine, how do you think the new normal will be in the film industry? Will it be the same, like a lot of people be shooting?
I think it's gonna be a universal thing where people are just naturally more careful about a simple handshake or hugs. I think some kind of SOP with whatever production team is going on, somebody's gonna implement something. I'm not sure how much it will be enforced, but I'm sure at some point there will be some kind of guidelines set up by a professional body to make sure that production crew, which are usually a very tight-knit group when they work together. I mean, around the world, for example, there are directors who can still continue with their filming project by segregating those with like different color armbands, those who are in contact with this one group, and people who are not in contact with another group have to be like further away. Not exactly sure, not entirely sure production-wise how people go about it, but I'm sure people will find ways to go about, finding SOPs around this.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I've seen some industry, right? Even some movies are actually laid back due to the production halt.
Yeah.
And how do you think that it will be affecting? Do you think like in the fashion world, there are some companies actually closed down? Do you know about that?
Yeah, dude.
Like big companies like Bazaar. I think Female Mag also closed down.
I did a couple of projects for Clio magazine, and I know some of the people that work there. So yeah, I'm aware Blue Ink had to close down after so many years and so many amazing.
I mean, it's a
photo
big
shoots.
company. Like, I mean, how do you suddenly expect like it's closing down after many years? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that and like, damn, I took a little moment and I tried to write a message, look for an old post of me in doing a Clio event, and just write a positive message, because I definitely at least know a dozen people working there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what do you think about the film industry? Do you think this will happen to the film industry as well?
I'm not sure about companies closing down about film industry, but what I do know on a more positive side of things is the writers do not stop working.
Yeah.
So are the directors and the producers and all the non-on-set crew, because writers will always be home base and whatnot, creating and writing all the time, waiting for everything to be back to normal and pitch it back to producers or actors and whatnot. So I'm sure the wheels are churning. It's just not moving on a larger scale right now, and everybody's home base. As for film industry, as actors, take time to work on your reel, work on your monologue, work on your online content, work on your
Branding
actors
lah.
access and branding. Yeah, there's like so many things you can do when you're not on set. It's a bummer to not be on set, I get it, but yeah, I take the time to like write down and work on my scene rehearsals as an actor, work on my CV, think about new headshots that I need to do, and all these little things that need to matter.
Yeah. As you say, like actors need to like work on their things
Yeah.
and branding. Right?
Yeah.
So because of this, right, I've seen a lot of people coming out with a lot of creative ideas. Like I think there's a silver lining in the clouds, I would say.
For sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of
100%.
creators coming out, creating content even when they're in their house. I've seen like a lot of YouTube videos. They're actually creating content just by doing webcam. Like right now, there's a photography challenge. I don't know if you are into it or not, but there's a photography challenge going on as a webcam challenge. Basically, like you can shoot any models just by using their phone webcam, like webcam, phone camera.
Yeah.
And then it's just like I've seen one photographer who's actually taking this to a next level, where he actually like shot photos of a lot of models like overseas, from different states where they're actually physically impossible to shoot, or like very expensive to travel around. So because of this MCO, right, people actually gone through that phase where digital is their new frontier,
For sure,
rather than
yeah.
physically meeting up and shooting. But I know some of the times I prefer to have physical contact. There's a fine line between having a digital contact and a physical contact.
Yeah, of course. That's a non-negotiable. But
Yeah.
sometimes under circumstances, having access to like
The internet.
digital resources
Yeah.
is pretty damn cool. It almost feels like this is what the internet was built for
Yeah, man.
in the 90s.
Yeah, man. It's like wow, this is like a new frontier. There was actually a article that I read, right? This is actually the Matrix, and we're having like a virus computer crash, and 2020 is the 404 error.
Yeah.
So what do you think
Ding.
about that, man?
Ding.
It's like this is the simulations happening.
Yeah, well, I like to think that like 2020 is definitely one huge bleep in one small bleep in humanity, and
Yeah.
one small bleep in someone's career and whatnot. Not to belittle people who are going through very hard times during this situation, but it's a small bleep because there are so many years more ahead that you can do amazing things, and there are a lot of things that you cannot control right now, but the little things that you can control is your headspace, your ambition or career or goals of where you want to go. If you're not doing too well, I hope you will, to people watching, I hope you will get over it, and by the time you watch this podcast, you will figure out something that you absolutely want to do and work towards it, because at whatever age you are, you still have 30, 20, 10, 50 more years to do cool,
Yeah.
awesome shit.
And then just not to pressure the people who's actually listening and watching this, it's not, no one runs the same race. You have your own path and your own race
Sure.
and your own speed as well.
Absolutely.
So I mean, during the time when you're in the MCO, I don't think that if let's say you are doing something faster than me, doesn't make that, oh man, he's doing this, I need to do it as well. Everyone has their own speed and have their own path. So don't pressure yourself too much, because personally, yes, I've done that before. When the first MCO started, but the first 2 months, I was in depressed state where I actually saw a lot of people actually making money, doing things to the company, and so on, so on. So I was in a depressed state. So once I
You're
figured
not
out,
alone there, brother.
yeah. So once I believe a lot of people have been through this, but once I figured out this is not my path and this is not my race, I have my own speed to go in.
Yeah.
So I was like thinking, you know what? If he's doing it and if he's making it, good for him. That's his own race, and I just wait for my own race lah. So it will be such a great moment for me when I reach my end goal.
I
Yeah.
completely understand. I can completely empathize with it. I am very positive that at some point I have dipped into that brain space. What it does to me now is that it's become like a pattern recognition thing. Sometimes when I have thoughts like that, it's not because that I get in. It's because that I am not at a good place internally, and that's why thoughts like that tend to seep in. But over time, especially that I'm older now, I recognize that when that happens, there's usually other areas of my life I need to work on, and sometimes you either reflect, self-journal, read back an old journal, or whatever you need to do to get yourself to a better place. Because when you're feeling good about shit, when you're very happy about your headspace at that time, when you see other people winning, you feel inspired and you want to send them a well done or a congratulations, I love you and I'm super proud. That kind of message. Because when you're in a good place, when you're happy, you wanna send good vibes out. It's just become a natural state
spread
of
positivity and negativity, man.
Yeah. I mean, I know for a fact that if I'm in a good place, I like to make people happy. Or I like to crack up a joke with people and then say congrats or something like that.
Nice,
and when that doesn't happen, I know that I pattern recognize that I am not doing well headspace wise. So I need to do things or whatever it is to get back to that good place, because that's so important for growth in every area.
Nice, man. All right, man. That was a good sharing. I think we actually coming to the end of the podcast.
All right.
So I just want to last question to ask you, like, if let's say any actors or wannabe actors or actors who want to get into the industry, what do you have to say for them from your own point of view?
So I'll start with a disclaimer. I feel that I'm not that high up in the glass building yet to send the elevator back down, but what I do know now, I am more than happy to share. For anybody or a new actor or an aspiring actor who wants to get in the game, the cool thing is, I'll break it down, make two simple things. One, you search really hard on Google or Facebook or wherever it is to look for auditions, because it's always out there, whether it's big or small roles. Second is, you don't have to be sitting by yourself on the couch waiting for opportunities to come your way. You can always create on any platforms that you have, the ones that's popping, whether you want to do a scene from a movie, you want to redo this skit, you want to do a monologue, film it, because the first few times you do this, you're gonna think you're the best, but you look back at it 6 months later and you're like, ugh, I can do better now.
Yeah.
So do a lot of that. I'm gonna add a third one. The third one is go to class. Go to
acting classes.
Get training.
Yeah. Okay.
Like 2019 was the first time I enrolled in acting class, and I continued on for the entire year. And for me, that was the single best investment into self for the entirety of 2019.
Nice.
Upon learning and understanding the craft a little more on a different level. There's so much more details that goes into that, but get training.
All right, cool.
Get training.
That's a good. I believe that people who are actually listening to this and watching this, hopefully, I'm pretty sure they got something very valuable from you and from this podcast as well.
I hope so too.
Yeah, you've been sharing a very good tip. Even for me as well, I've been getting aha moments as well. Like, aha moments means like something. Damn, that was.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that
it's
was.
the light bulb moment.
Yeah, that was like, ooh, okay, I got this. I got to know what I want to know. So something like that. So before we wrap this up, right? Today is a very special day for this guest over here, because it's his birthday today. So I just want to wish you, happy birthday. And sadly, I cannot bring you any cake. Everything
cool,
is
man.
closed. But still, we are still friends. We can just wish it up. And then happy birthday. And those of you who are watching, comment section below, just wish him happy birthday, Ernest Low. And yeah, Ernest. So before we wrap this up, if they want to approach you or want to follow you somewhere, how do they approach you? What kind of social media you have? I believe you have another YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. So YouTube channel. So my main two right now is Instagram and TikTok. Instagram is Ernest Low _, and on TikTok it's Ernest.
Okay.
That's all. It's Ernest.
Ernest.
Yeah. What? Do that again.
Ernest.
I like the first take. The first take was.
Ernest. Okay, never mind. If I found it, I just repeat it back and then put it in the playback. But if you guys want to find his social media links, I'll put it in the description below as well. And yeah, man, I just wanted, before I conclude this, right, I just want you to do more vlogs, man. I'm serious about this, like, because your vlogs have a certain storytelling element to it and a certain edits to it. It's just that you haven't been uploading that much, but I believe that if you keep on uploading, regardless if you're stuck at home, because I've seen your stuck at home vlog before, right? And it was a pretty damn good edit. Speaking for myself, because I've been editing for like,
thanks, man,
about half my life.
Your vlogs are the recent ones that I see you uploads. They're so well produced and well edited.
Serious?
Compared to when we first hung out, there's more structure.
The pinning, yeah.
Yeah, you have more calm in your voice.
Is it?
I know you're a high energy guy too.
Yeah.
But you have more calmness in your voice.
You know what
Trust me,
happened?
I'm an actor.
Yeah, you know what happened actually? There was one person actually commented that he asked me, why are you actually talking so fast in your videos?
Because you were nervous.
Yeah, so
I know.
it wasn't just a commenter, it was actually my friend from Russia. He actually visited me and he cannot speak English that well. So he can understand English but cannot speak well.
He understands body language. But he
Yeah,
doesn't
so when
understand
he was
language.
speaking to me, he was like, can you slow down a bit because I cannot understand you. So I was like, okay, I need to train myself. I need to be less nervous, need to be talking less. I mean, not less lah.
Acting class would do some good here, my man.
I mean, I'm
Believe me.
a director, man. What am I supposed to do in an acting class?
Oh my God, you directors who doesn't understand taking action. Bro,
Alright, man.
bro.
I
Bro.
mean, coming from a real professional actor here.
Directors and writers take acting classes to understand how to direct and write better.
Okay,
True
next time you
story.
see me, I'll be acting in my own featured film. I'll be the main cast. Support me.
Wow, you write and produce and direct. That is some next level shit, man. A lot of people can do that.
Alright, man. Alright, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast and hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video as well. Like it, subscribe to the channel, and also follow the podcast in Spotify and Apple Music. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and see you guys later. And always, guys, go out there and discover, connect, and inspire. And I'll see you guys in the next video.